Good morning. So Tuesday, we worked with the vagus nerve and moved down through all the way to the gut. So this line, theoretically, we helped ourselves learn how to manage our emotions. For me, it's anxiety. Might be another one for you. And learned that we can use our breath to find out how toned the vagus nerve is. Today, along with the idea of integration, which we talked about on Tuesday, I'm going to work with a muscle that we talked about before many times when I teach. And this muscle, the psoas, starts from your low back, goes down into your pelvis, connects with another muscle, which I'm not going to mention the name of it, but the two of them attached to the inner leg. And what they do is they signal your body to take off and run. And it's an important muscle to have access to in the event that we need to actually get out of a situation very quickly. However, sometimes if you have different emotions that are stuck in your body, it will continue to stay engaged, which kind of has us feel a little bit like this, which you can see tightens up the whole front of my body. Using our breath, which is a major focus for learning how to access our healing powers that are within us. I'm going to move into the breath of fire. So the breath of fire, think of this as activating or massaging or creating any sort of connection with your belly. So you're going to inhale and just keep exhaling. Inhale. And you just keep exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pumping in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale. So I'll demonstrate it from the side. Using my breath, I'm going to inhale, feel the sides of my leg lengthen. Exhale, drop back. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale. And exhale. Feel that front body of the body as you inhale, lifting up. Exhale, round. C curve. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. So make our way forward into standing poses and through sun salutations. So as we do these postures, I want you to be particularly aware of the bottom ribs and the inner thigh. So this rib, the bottom rib here, all the way through to feeling my inner thigh. I'm going to take those points and lengthen them away from each other. So I'll talk you through it. Stand at the front of your mat. Take a few breaths here. Feel your feet grounded down. Think of any situation that may have happened recently where you felt a little fearful, you felt a little anxious, And tell yourself that it might have got stuck in the muscles, and you're going to now integrate your whole body as you use this movement. Handstand by your side, exhale. Turn your palms away from your body, inhale, reach up. Let the front line of your body stretch. Exhale. Hands on your shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come down, walk your legs back, top of the push-up. As you're at the top of the push-up, think of the front line of your body lengthening. Bend your knees, slowly bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulders down. Exhale, down dog. As you're in the down dog, let your head hang. Next inhale takes your legs forward into a forward fold. After the next exhale, inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come down. Walk it back, top of the push-up. Inhale, slide forward, lengthen the front of your body. Knees can come down or knees stay off the ground as you bend your elbows. Inhale, lift. Lengthen both sides of your neck. Look side to side. Down dog. Now from here, lift your right leg high up. Feel your right glute contract slightly to lift that leg up. And then tuck your pubis bone in towards your belly button as you bend your right knee. Then take that right knee into your nose. Contract. Kick it back and high, lengthen. Think of from your right inner thigh all the way through your right knee, a longer line coming. Pull your right heel into your left glute. Last time, give it a tuck here, pull in, and then lengthen. Right inner thigh to knee. Right heel tries to touch your left butt cheek. Look forward, right foot steps forward. Now here, have your blocks handy. You want to think of your bottom ribs dropping down. Think of your inner right thigh pulling back. Back heel comes down to the inside. As you move into this side angle pose. So we're going to think of the left ribs are going to pull in and lengthen away from the inner thigh. So think of aligned bottom rib to the inner thigh. As I take my arm over my ear, I pull myself apart. So my ribs are going towards my top hand, and my inner thigh is going down towards the bottom heel. You should feel your low back lengthen slightly. Breathe through that. And then from there, take the arm up. You're going to take your block, you can roll it up on the higher side. Again, creating space in the low back. Bottom ribs drop in and lengthen up towards the crown of your head as this inner thigh goes towards your back heel. Straighten your front knee. Feel your inner thigh roll in. So this will be your left inner thigh, roll it in slightly, and then take your inner thigh back. Work your breath. Hand comes down. Take yourself top of the push-up. In the top of the push-up, a little bit of fear comes, right? So broaden your collarbones. Lengthen the front of your body. Notice that your pelvis may want to start to tuck, but know that the psoas contracting. Inner thighs lengthen back, crown the head forward. If you want to go through chaturanga, feel free to do so. You don't have to. Everybody meets that down dog. Take a few breaths there. Feel your inner thighs roll in and back. Feel your bottom ribs spread. Grab your collarbones slightly. towards each other, just a little. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up. Bend the knee. And then think it from your inner left thigh to your left knee, lengthen. And then pull your left heel in towards your right butt cheek. Find your breath. Take it forward, little crunch, contract. Hip flexor, psoas contracts. Take it back, lengthen. Psoas contracts, pull in. Take it back. Pull in one more time. Step it forward. Have your blocks handy. So lengthen the front line of your body. Work your breath. Back heel comes down to the inside. As the back heel comes down to the inside, think of your right thigh rotating in slightly. Don't turn it out. That's going to cram your low back. So it turns in slightly here. And then from that, you have to lengthen this top rib away from the inner thigh to get the psoas stretched. So you don't want to like pull the psoas hard. You want to lengthen it. My left butt cheek tucked underneath. Good. I feel like I'm getting more space in the side waist. Work your breath. Remember, you're trying to speak to that healing property inside you that tells you everything's okay. From here, you can straighten the front leg, moving towards triangle pose. So as I'm in triangle pose, inner thigh, back leg turns in slightly. And then pull the top of your pelvis back. Take your pelvis back. Shoulders in line with pelvis. So it should feel like a little bit of a twist in your upper body. With your pelvis not rotating so much that you feel your low back cramp in. That's going to crimp the psoas. And then slowly coming down. Back leg steps forward. Exhale, forward fold. Think the word integration. Inhale, come down. Exhale, hands come down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Take the blocks on either side. Frame your feet. Step your right. Let's go left leg. Left leg back. Straighten both legs. So from here, square your pelvis, elongate the front line of your body. Take the block underneath your left hand slightly over towards your right ankle. So as we start to move through, if we use our breath, because there's a little fear that happens for, even if it's not perceptive, there is a little fear that comes when we start to come into these twists and balances. So think of the crown of your head moving forward as you sweep the pubis bone back. And then hand onto your right hip. Great place to be. Kind of be there with that. I feel a little wobbly going on in my body. That's normal. And then I'm like, okay, breathe. Practicing what it feels like to have stress in my body and teaching myself how to breathe. Through the stress. If you want to take it into the twist, feel free to do so. My body doesn't want to do that today, so I'm just going to stay here. Lengthen the front line of my body. You can also twist, so totally up to you. But working that edge of where right before the tension, before that feeling like my breath's going to get short, and just breathe. Tell yourself, doing a good job, all is well. I'm integrating the top of my body and the lower part of my body. Back leg steps forward. So on Tuesday, we worked with the top part of the body. Now we're working with the lower part of the body, and integrate the two. And the leg steps back. And then find that front line of the body. Use the breath. Now feel the back leg. And as you feel the back leg kick back, the heel comes down. Think of your low abdomen lengthening. Inner right thigh spins back and up. Walk the block underneath your right head in. And then before you go into this, just balancing on the legs in one hand, think, lengthen the front line of my body. Make any adjustments. And then find that little balance. Breathe through it. So we're here helping our body learn how to cope with stress, listening to our breath, lengthen both sides of your neck, integrating the lower part of the body, the upper part of the body, the psoas, the muscle that connects the two. And then back leg steps forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push the floor away with your legs. Come up, feel integration. Exhale, walk your legs wide, facing forward. So as you're here, I want you to think of, again, your low back. Your legs don't have to be really wide today if you're feeling particularly tight in your inner thighs. So think of your sit bones spreading wide. Think of your sit bones going wide. So don't pull them together. If you feel your sit bones come together, it's going to contract your psoas. So think of the sit bones going wide. Broaden your pelvis. Now wrap the bones around. Exhale, forward fold. You can have blocks. If your hands come down, that's fine. Do whatever you need to do to release the crown of your head down. Have your toes lifted. Feel how strong your legs are. Let the front of your body drape over your legs. Feel integration happening at your hip joints. Let your hand hang. You can let your head go side to side if that feels appropriate. Walk your hands forward. Walk your legs back. Top of the push-up. Push back child's pose. And then coming out of child's pose, then go into frog pose. Think of your inner thighs moving wide. So I'll demonstrate this. I'll demonstrate this from the side. My knees are out. My knees and my ankles are in line. You can have towels or pillows or whatever you need. So have the blocks here. Then stay high. Just start to find your breath. Let your shoulders come by your ears. That's okay. Just inhale. Exhale, just notice how each inhale and exhale, when it feels like it's fluid, will start to release some tension in your body somewhere. Walk the blocks down. As you feel it's appropriate, or as you start to feel tension release in the inner thighs. Maybe your knees roll out a bit more. Maybe you can take your elbows down onto your blocks. Flex your ankles. Let your knees roll out. Keep your pelvic in line with your knee. So don't let your butt come forward or back. As you start to really reconnect with your breath, inhale, belly expands. Exhale, chest relaxes. In. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest relaxes. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest. If you feel things starting to open up, you can come down onto the floor. So there's no goal here. We're here finding that power to engage the healing qualities that are innate in each of us. Stay with your breath. Inhale, belly. Exhale, let your chest soften. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest. If you want to come all the way down or take your head onto a block, feel free to do so. Maybe you come down and you're like, nope, that's not it. Go ahead, come back up. All you're doing is you're listening to your breath to feel the power of your innate ability to heal. Remember to inhale, the belly inflates slightly. Exhale, soften your chest. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest softens. 2 more. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest. Last one. Inhale, belly. Exhale, chest. To come out of this, come up onto your elbows. Actually, your hands up. And then push back. Let's take a child's pose here. Feel the integration, legs to torso, torso to brain. You're going to take 5 breaths here and imagine being more integrated. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. On your exhale, walk your hands back. And come. Oh. So work through our hip flexors just a little bit more. So take your, I'll mirror you, take your right knee in line with your right hip joint. So my knee doesn't come down, so I'm going to take a block there. I'm going to protect my knee. Take the other leg back behind you, kind of like a scissor, and take a twist over to the opposite side. So feel from the bottom ribs, actually let's go ahead and reach over. Feel the bottom ribs pull away from the inner thigh. And breathe through that. So I feel the bottom of my left ribs pulling away from my pelvis. And the very top of the inner left thigh pulling towards the opposite direction. Work your breath. Like it was something that was innate, that turned on that healing power within you. How do you feel like a more integrated being? On your next inhale, coming up. Second side. So knee in line with hip joint, ankle in line with knee. My knee doesn't come down. I'm gonna have a block there. Other leg kind of moves back like a zigzag. Ankles are flexed. I'm gonna take these ribs, these will be your right ribs, and I'm gonna lift them up as I turn and take them away from the inner thigh. Walk your hands wide. And as you work your diaphragm, as you work your breath, it'll start to help you lengthen the psoas muscle. So the psoas muscle, the muscle that pulls your legs up into your pelvis so you can take off and run. From sitting a lot during the day, sometimes it's got tension in it. And what that does is it sends a signal to your body that you may be in danger. So I want you to stretch this out here. And walk that right hand forward a little bit more. Take that right rib away from the inner right thigh. Two more breaths. Inhale, walk the hands back. Taking yourself around. Psoas release. I'm going to take the block and lay over this. We've done this in class before. It's a great way to help your low back feel really good. It's a great way to help your psoas relax. So I'm going to lay the block down. My pubic bone is going to be right at the edge. So depending on how long your torso is, just don't lay on your pubic bone. I'm going to try and embed this and roll side to side. As you roll side to side, think of engaging that innate quality that calms you down when things are tough. That innate ability to remember all is well. Think of your muscles feeling a little bit freer, your mind a little clearer. Integration, the integrating of the body and the mind and the breath. The integration of all the pieces of our body that get fragmented. When you're ready, slowly start to make your way onto your back. Take your time. Coming all the way laid down, I'm going to talk you through your body. So as you come onto your back, imagine the back body and the front body and how they're connected through all your organs and glands. Think of this machinery that happens inside your body to keep you active, mobile, and it's most important to notice as we start to get little weird things happening in our body, how we can tap into that innate ability to soothe ourselves, calm ourselves. So feel the integration of the mind body. And then see if you can just be still and quiet for 1 minute. Just to practice. 30 seconds more. Start to deepen your breath. You can stay there, laying in Shavasana. I'm going to very quietly take you out, or just stay where you are. So as we each tap into our own wisdom, our own healing abilities, we start to hear an inner voice that tells us if it's appropriate to begin to make our way to seated, or if it's appropriate to stay laying on your back. There's an intuition of wisdom. If you've chosen to make your way to seated, sit in the space that you've created for yourself. Either stay seated in the space you created for yourself for a meditation, or bring your hands together in front of your heart to end your practice.